What's good, Joe? We're to a brand new reaction. This time with the latest issue number 22 of X-Force. So yeah, dig this cover. Let's just jump right into what we got. Seems like we got more of like those plant zombie things. It looks like 1 month ago, Mobile, Alabama. I've always found cemetery flowers depressing, Marasha. They're fleeting. They're a fleeting beauty, dying from the moment their stems are clipped. So I brought along some seeds instead. They'll grow out of the memory of you. Dr. Bloodroot. Next page. Okay, I thought that was like Kid Omega for a second. I was like, is that Kid Omega? Because of the glasses and everything. I am very sorry for your loss. Who are you? We share an enemy in Krakoa, so I believe that makes us friends. It was the pollen. She got addicted to it after her surgery. How the hell do you get addicted to fucking pollen? The fuck? Then scientists, please write that shit down in the comments on how that even makes sense or how that works. She said it made her pain go away. I guess so. I guess it was more painkillers than pollen. Like, well, she's just like going up the flowers, just like, you know what I mean? Like, the fuck you mean pollen? An overdose. You heard about the 5 stages of grief, I'm sure. I'd like to suggest we jump right to anger. The mutants offer us their medicine in seeming goodwill, and then they go get us hooked on their products. This is their overall strategy when it comes to politics, economics, even evolution. Their superiority determines our subjugation. My organization, Xeno, is quietly but actively to find them. I can't help but think that a man of your presumptions is exactly the ally I need. Next page. Okay, credits. There we go. Invasion species. Saga has caught wind of several instances of what looks like to be telephonetic control of various human hosts, who are being forced to murder, gather blackmail on themselves, and even attempting to assassinate mutants. Sage has cross-tracked the evidence from the scenes of the crime and discovered a genomic similarity between the samples gathered and manslaughter, a former subject of the Weapon Plus program. X-Force was dispatched to retrieve manslaughter for questioning and unravel the truth behind them. The malicious telephonetic network has a chance to spread further. Before they can have a chance to spread further. Sage, Wolverine, Beast, Domino, and Manslaughter. Next page. Now, the point, Krakoa. Processed with the briefing, Sage. File recon, culled from surveillance and CSI, has determined the following. In a restaurant in Zurich, I think I say that. The sound chief was bribed to sprinkle the unknown serum into the CEO's barley soup. In D.C., the lawmaker received a woodland floral arrangement that infected her with spores. Next page. Then there was the cop in New York. The day before the incident at the Washington Square Arch, she was struck by what she believed to be a BB or pellet. A rifle has since been retrieved from a nearby rooftop. The remaining cartridges were were recorded not with lead, but with something else. You have to admire the stealth and ingenuity of their craft. Could you not do that in front of me? It's revolting. Damn, I mean, he's right. You gotta give them their props. They know what they're doing. So, I'm kind of with Beast on this one. In each of these three cases, the blood work has shown the strain is a match. Next page. For manslaughter, this is different. Ugh. Next page. Damn, this man's just straight chilling in like a tree chair. My man's just bobbing. He's just chilling in this chair. What a weapon plus made me their spy and assassin. But they never controlled me except through bribes and threats. Manslaughter, in other words, in his own unique host, whereas their victims are being puppeted. Allow me to test out a theory. What's it gonna do? Cut him? Yep. Damn, this man cutting off his fingers. Just a moment, if you please. Yes. Look. Fascinating. I'm not some plant you can pern wherever you please. Oh, but that's exactly what you are. Next page. You're not, as Sage implied, alone. Not exactly. You can grow outward, extend your roots and seeds network, similar to arithmetic tendency of certain trees. You are the parent. You are the parent plant of these fingerlings, and so you control them. We need to locate the parent then, the father of this insurgent garden. Before we do that, since I'm a guest on your island, I'd like to speak to my host. Next page. Beast Law Book. The Florotic Network. The explosion of the War Road nuclear waste site resulted in a radioactive spike along the Washington coast. What followed was a sudden, violent evolutionary shift in the marine life. That the cause was man's folly. The same can be said about the Man-Thing serum. At the Weapon Plus facility, the scientists, namely one Dr. Bloodroot, tampered with the nature and created a violent evolutionary shift in the floronic life. The infected are dangerous, especially for their network ability. One man plant can plant, another can seed, another, and another, and another. All of them rooted into the same controlling consciousness. There are more microbeads in a teaspoon of dirt than there are people on Earth. The Florotic network of roots and mitochondria and spores. And it is in the air we breathe and the ground beneath our feet. It is inescapable. We should take care of our defenses, of course, but also consider militarizing our own Carcoian strains. Note Black Tomcat's seems to be an ideal candidate for a beta experimentation. New Orleans. Can't I ask what you're doing? We are the Order of X. We're praying for the glimpse of our God. And what do you think these gods will give you? A touch of heaven? As little as a word, or as much as a child. If we offer our bodies, we might up as a cradle. We might be lucky enough to carry a Messiah of our own. Do you realize how pathetic you sound? Are you one of them? No, far from it. In fact, I hate what you love. But all the things that supposedly make them special, their plant-based medicines and seeding gates. Oh yeah, that cult of X shit, I forgot about that. I speak the same Florotic language, and I'm commanding you worship me now. Damn. My little weeds. Just six weeds in their mouth. Damn. I'm the pollen souring your nose and blinding your eyes. I'm the fungus growing in your groin between your toes. I'm the dirt you'll choke on your grave. If I say, if you want a place of you want a place of Carcoa, a piece of Carcoa, go on, it's yours to take. Next page. On the grassy knot near Crucible, Pitar was set up his whatever. His brush dipped into the pots of paint and dashed across the canvas, bringing the sticky life to the verdant greens of Carcoa, the orange yellows of the flaring sunset, and the green and the gray black of the shadowed arena. Here were the stands busy with spectators, and here was the clanging flesh of the silver samurai sword. Pitar could not capture the cheers of the crowd, nor the thunder of their applause, but he hurried his brush to blur their hands and faces, attempting to capture their buzzy excitement. The combat he painted with sharp realism, pristine and high gloss, in the style of Jerome, however you say that. You could see every bolt and etching and scuff of the silver samurai's armor, and you could see the tendoid, whatever, cleavage in the neck of his opponent when the blade slashed through it. Pitar flicked his brush with a flourish of his wrist to mimic the spray blood. Sorry, you guys hear the vacuum. A mutant wandering past paused to observe him at work with his paints. There are so many vistas on Carcoa, the mutant said. Why choose this as your subject? Because I want to capture every inch of this place, Pitar said. The beauty and ugliness. Some Shin Russian. You told us to come, Beast, now what? You are X-Force's principal field agents, aren't you? Well, this is a field. Fucking hilarious. What's going on? Our friend here still hasn't decided if he's going to work with us. And what's going to change his mind? Oh shit, it's a big-ass tree. Ah. Let me zoom in real quick. Kunzu was introduced to America as an ornament in 1876. It's grown a foot a day, and it swiftly overcame native plants. Within years, it became dormant in the South and Midwest, and led to species extinction. We need to address how to deal with this invasive species that seems intent on choking us out. Together, they'll access what I guess you can call a Florotic network, unavailable to the rest of us. Roots, mitochondria, spores, pollen, windgrasses and ditches, flowers and trellis, and potted plants on window seals, all of it. Graves, the now possessed ex-cult, that guy. Next page. The art has been very good too as well, by the way. Did the plant on the tree. That's cool. Ah yes, the Green Lagoon. Carcoa. What can I do for you, ma'am? Ah! Short side, Carcoa. You got these mutants, you got the mutants who are like, definitely can't hide their appearance. Is that fucking Big Bird over there? Is that straight up a fucking bird? That is straight up a bird. You got fucking Big Bird up here, this fucking duck looking motherfucker, rubber ducky looking motherfucker out here with jorts, a t-shirt, and a hat. Brother, this ain't the 90s no more. What the fuck you wearing, my guy? The fuck Howard the Duck up in here. You got seaweed on you, You wanna play? Next page. They don't wanna play, fam. Not like that anyway. I did it, Marshal. I've made them pay for what they did to you. I know a little something. I know a little something about blame. Do you remember me, Dr. Bloodroot? My name used to be Jackson Shrewd, but thanks to your research, I became something else. Man's about to shit himself. That thing called manslaughter. I didn't choose to be a monster. You did. Next page. You broke into my lab, Jackson, and got what you deserve. Oh shit, yo, my man is straight up making this woman rise from the grave. Goddamn, that's looking kinda fucked. The mutants murdered my wife, and now they're going to get what they deserved. I've heard enough, people. I came here to talk, not fight. Stand back, stand down, you're out of luck. And outnumbered, bub. Next page. Outnumbered, hardly. You see, my roots run deep. Damn, we got multiple plant zombies. And Marshall and I, we always wanted to have children. Bruh. Wolverine and Domino, this is Sage, your copy. Not a good time. Next page. A gate has been breached. Hold up, mouse, come on. Has been breached. We're dealing with Florotic with a Florotic insurgents. I don't know what implications are on the island. Kill the host now. Kill the host, and you'll uproot his connection to the others. Manslaughter. The time for diplomacy's over. We learned something about your wife. We, Carcoa and I, we asked, and the garden answered. Marshalla used to meet with her dealer in the park, underneath a big cypress tree dripping with Spanish moss, and her dealer was a man in a white suit with a peacock tattoo. Ah, okay. No, you're lying. He used your grief as a fertilizer. Leave her alone. This is your last chance. Let go. She's gone, Dr. Bloodroot. Oh shit, the blob out here getting his bottles, ready to start popping some bottles over some heads. I'll kill you, and I'll infect Carcoa and choke it out from the inside. You did this to me. Oh shit, he actually used it. So you did this to yourself. I've got every reason to be angry. I lost my job, my family, my face, my life. But anger is a human blight. Damn, did he just like decompose into like a skeleton? I'm trying instead to find wisdom in the slow, indifferent mulch and bloom of the earth. Mutants won. Oh no, wait, they probably just died by themselves. Later, Olympic Peninsula. He ain't dead, is he? Doubtful. A fallen tree becomes a nurse lot for its seedlings. Plants never really die. They just go into hiding. You know, I've gone off the grid myself. Run away from what I've done. Running away from what others may want me to do. But there's a way back. A plant taught me that actually. I'm glad you have a home in Carcoa. Now I know where to find you, and you know where to find me. A man's chilling the forest. Ooh, that's an interesting cover. Alright. This is alright, man. That's the end of the issue. This issue was really, really good. This issue was great, man. I really enjoyed it. Nice little twist at the end where Zeno actually killed his wife. So that's very interesting where that's going to go. And I like the cover for the next issue from that little bit we got. But yeah, man. Overall, I'm going to give this issue an 8.5 out of 10, guys. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like, if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter flag. Links down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.